Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy White. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if this is the first time you are checking on my channel, kindly hit on that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this particular pointed triangular sleeve you are seeing on your screen. So that is what we are going to be doing today. So the first thing we need to do is to take the length of the sleeve we are going to be working with. So now I'm going to measure what I have from the shoulder point. I'm placing my tape and I measure what I have to where I want the pointed sleeve to stop. So what I have there is 4.5. So I'll fold my fabric into two. As you can see, I folded my fabric into two. We are going to start off with taking the length of what we have taken on the dress itself. So now I'm going to measure 5.5. This includes the seam allowance that I'll be using. So after taking 5.5 from the edge there, I'm going to go in with 1 inch and then I'm going to use my curve to connect it this way. Can you see it? So I'm connecting it this way. After connecting it, the next thing I will do is to take the length of the sleeve I want. So now at this point, I'll place my tape this way and measure what I want, which is 5 inches. So after doing that, I'm going to connect it from that point to the end of the sleeve. I'm connecting it with my curve. So now this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead now and cut it out. So but this is not the sleeve we're going to be working with. We're going to be cutting another sleeve using this pattern that we have cut out. So but this is how you are going to do it. We're going to be cutting two sleeves actually. So now we are going to use this now that we have cut out, place it on our fabric, on our pattern paper again, to cut out the main sleeve that we are going to be working with. I hope you understand. Just pay attention. So now I place my sleeve on my pattern paper again and then I'm going to push it out from that end. Make sure it is equal at the end and then you just push out the paper. So after pushing out the paper, you measure what you have at the end there to ensure it's up to 2 inches while still holding on to the tip of your paper there. So I've measured it and what I have there is 2 inches. So I'll use my tape to just secure it down. This is a temporary taping. I'm still going to take out the tape later. So now I'll measure, make sure I have 2 inches there. What I need is 2 inches after you push out your paper to cut out the second sleeve. So now at this point, I'm going to measure what I now actually need for my sleeve. So I'm going to take 5.5 and this also includes the seam allowance for the length of the sleeve. So now I'll measure what I have, which is 5.5. I'll place a mark in there. If you want yours to be longer than this, you can go ahead and still measure up to 6 inches to have that pointy effect. So I'll use my curve ruler to connect it. Remember, we have a space of 2 inches there extra. Can you see it? So I'll curve it out this way. So now at this point, I'll go ahead and cut out my paper. So I'll get my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and cut it out this way. Can you see it? So I'm cutting it out. So this second sleeve we are cutting out now is going to be our main sleeve that we are going to be working with. Yes. So I'll take out my tape so you see what the two sleeves are looking like. So this is what the second one is looking and this is what the first one is looking. Can you see the difference? I'm sure you can spot out the difference. So this second one is going to give you that pointy effect that you need on your sleeve, unlike the first one that we cut out. So now at this point, we are going to fold our fabric into two to cut out the sleeve on our fabric. So I have folded my fabric into two and this is how I am going to do it. I'll place my sleeve on it this way and then I will go ahead and cut it out. So remember, I've added seam allowance at the side. What I took then was 5.5 and what I actually need for this sleeve is about 4.5 inches. So I've included the seam allowance on our pattern paper there. So now what I will do next is I will go ahead and measure what I have there. So what I have there is actually what I need. So I am not going to be including seam allowance at the top. I will only just include seam allowance at the edge, although that is not actually necessary because I have actually added seam allowance to it. So I have cut it out and this is what it is looking like. Can you see it? So now at this point, I am going to go ahead and use this to cut out 3 extra more because we'll be having we'll be cutting 4 of it. So this is it. We are cutting 4 because it's still going to serve as a lining to our sleeve. Can you see it? So this is what we have. So now at this point, what I will do is that I'm going to go ahead and iron down our hard stay on it. So I'm ironing down the hard stay on the fabric itself And the lining aspect, I'll be using a soft interface, which is Estee. So I have done that already. Can you see it? So the soft one is going to serve as a lining for this sleeve, while the hard one is going to be the main sleeve itself. So this is how you are going to place it. Please pay attention to this part. So you are going to sew it round this way. That is if you are not going to be attaching a fringe to it. You just go ahead and sew it that way. And please, at this point, you can also use your regling boning. I forgot to mention that, to include that while I was recording this video. You can use your regling boning to sew on it also, to give it that standing effect. But I'm going to be attaching a fringe in between. So here is what I am going to do. I'll go ahead and place my fringe this way. Can you see how I'm placing it? So after placing it on it this way, I will now go ahead and take the lining for the sleeve, or whichever one, the facing. I'm going to go ahead now and sew it down. I hope you understand. I'm going to sew it down that way. But if you are not going to be attaching a fringe to yours, you can just go ahead and sew it down. And please sew down your regling boning to it. Sew down your regling boning. I am done sewing it. So at this point, I'll go ahead and notch it. I'll notch it round. So I'm done notching it. And what I will do next is I'm going to bring it out. I later went ahead to attach a boning to it at the edges to give it that standing effect. That is why I mentioned earlier that you should go ahead and use a regling boning on it. Okay guys, so this is what we have for it. So I'm going to go ahead now and pull it out this way, and I will take it to the ironing table. I'll press on it, give it a good press for it to relax very well. So I am done ironing it, and this is what our sleeve is looking like. Can you see it? It's giving the pointy triangular effect already. So this is what we have for our sleeve. Can you see it? So now at this point, what I will do is to take it to my machine. I'm going to attach it to the dress I am working with. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so this is the final result of our pointy triangular sleeve. This is what we have. This is what it's looking like. So like I mentioned earlier, I later went ahead to attach a regling boning to it for it to give it this standing effect, and I love the final result of it. So please, if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like and share my video, make your comment. Till our next tutorial again, we will be doing something next. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.